Hello, this is Becky from the Marks Group, welcoming you to our monthly Goldmine Tips and Tricks webinar. As you know, each month we post new tips to the website, and on the last Tuesday of each month we review them by live webinar. If you're not getting the Marks Group newsletter or you're watching this on our YouTube channel, please go to marksgroup.net and sign up. You can check out our past posts while you're there. I have chat enabled. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I may leave some questions to the end so we can dive a bit deeper after we run through each tip. So let's get started. The first tip we're going to go over today is creating a Goldmine referral. This is probably a review for most, but sometimes we forget what's there and we don't use it. So tracking referrals is always a good thing when you need to be able to possibly send thank you notes or to invite people who give you referrals, especially if your business is based on referrals. So in order to create referrals, what you're going to want to do is have the company that has given you the referral and the company that has been referred to you both entered into Goldmine. So I have Mr. Tess Smith, and he referred the Marks Group to me. So from the Referrals tab, I'm going to right-click, choose New. The Contact Search Center will open, and I'll go ahead and look for the person they referred to me, which was Corey. And this is why you have to have the person that was referred to you entered first. I'll go ahead and choose Select. And then my referral window opens up, and it has the test company here has referred the Marks Group for services. You can add references if you want to track certain things, and maybe if you're dealing with centers of influence or professionals, you could put one's a client, one's an attorney. If you're tracking family members, you could, one's the parent, one's the child. And then you could also type in any note that you might want to put onto this referral, especially if you're going to go back and look at them later. When you're done, you go ahead and click OK. And now we have a referral record not only on the test company who gave you the referral, but you can easily, from the Referrals tab, click on the Marks Group, and it will take you to the Marks Group. So you can very easily go back and forth to both of these companies from the Referrals tab. The next thing we're going to look at is power searches. Again, this could be a review, but the Goldmine Search Center is actually quite powerful for doing quick exports or viewing lists very quickly, even tagging and creating new groups from other groups and filters. We're going to review that here in a bit. But the Contact Search Center has more flexibility than just finding the contact whose record you want to pull up. It also allows for displaying the contacts and filters of groups and lets you print out the results or output them to another application for further manipulation. So you can export these results to your clipboard or to Excel to print them out or do other things with it. And sometimes when a report doesn't pull what you want or in the format that you want it, a power search can be just the thing that you need. So from the Contact Search Center, we're going to open it up. Right now I'm viewing everybody that I have in a group activated here. So that's what one of the things you can do is if you click on the Filters and Group button here and you expand the section, you can actually view the people that are in your filters and in your groups. All you need to do is double click. It will ask you, if you need to do any additional filtering. You do not. Go ahead and click cancel. Go ahead and click OK. and then the people in that group will populate. Same thing works with filters. The other way you could do a power search is using the criteria just up top here. Right now I have company begins with, and it could be anything. But maybe I want to look for everybody in the state of New York. So I would just go state and put in New York. Click the plus button all the way on the right to add another line for another filter criteria. And so we have these two. And then, I can go even further. Maybe I want to know if they have phone numbers. So then I can just do phone. Well, I'm not seeing phone really easily. Well, you can pick another field, and you can actually do many different fields here. You can go on 3, 4, 5 levels deep, going into both contact 1 and contact 2. Also, from this drop down, equal, not equal to, you have your greater and equal or lesser than. You have contains, which is very nice, begins with, and then the is not empty, so that you can also check for null values and blanks. So once we have defined what we want, obviously you'll have more records here. You can go ahead and save that from the button all the way on the left. You can save it as a filter, which would create a filter using the criteria of state begins with New York and phone 1 is not empty. Or you could create a group instead of it being dynamic. So if someone else met the criteria being added to the filter, this group is a picture in time and is static and will always just have the members in that group that you create right now, unless you manually add or remove them. I'm going to go back to my original filter here. The other nice thing is after you've brought up your filter results or the people in your groups or created your own criteria up here in the search by bar, you can also right-click and you have several options to output. You can output to the printer, you can output to Word, Excel, even to your clipboard. Excel is the most popular because it does format better. So all we do is right-click output to Excel. Excel will open, and all the information that we have here is ready to go. You can print, pass it out, manipulate it, and then you can also use it to maybe send to a marketing application for email lists or off to something for compliance as to somebody who may have you sent some marketing to. So that is how to use the search center for more than just looking for a single record. You can actually do quite a bit of your filtering and querying from here. The other thing we're going to look at here in the Contact Search Center is these little boxes over here on the left. These, when they are checked, you are tagging a record, okay? And so when you tag a record, you can do quite a few things with them. Basically, it means you're selecting it, but you can select more than one. Selecting more than one, you use your control key, hold that down, and then check another box, and then check another box. This can be used for merging records together. You can use the merge tagged records. Again, you can use the save, and you can save only tagged records as a group. So I could be viewing a large client list, but I want to hand pick, certain ones to send a mailing to or invite to an event. And so now I can take just these 3 people, save them as a group, give them a name, in a test group, and go ahead and click OK. We'll cancel out of that. And then if we go into our filters and group, let me scroll down. And now we have our test group that had those 3 people in it that we just added. So don't forget that your contact search center really is pretty powerful for quickly grabbing data, getting data sets, and things like that. You want to remember to remove those checklists. All you have to do is right-click anywhere really and say Release All. And actually, too, if you want to, you can right-click and tag them all. All right, well, I don't see any questions. Remember that these tips are on the website with step-by-step instructions and screenshots to follow along with. Thank you for attending, and we hope you enjoyed and learned a bit more about Goldmine and what it can do. Be sure to go to marksgroup.net to get the most recent tips. I'll be posting those shortly, and we hope to see you next month when we review those live. Have a great day.